Who don't know me, my name is Sylvie Wilmot, and I'm really, really happy you took the time to join us today. This session is going to be a little different because we don't do a presentation. It's going to be more in the style of an interview. And I will be speaking, as you know, to our guest today, Dr. David Silverman. And together we will explore something that most people have never really heard about it, but that is actually fundamental to your health and to your body. We are going to talk about redox signaling molecule. Our session today will be in two parts. The first part will be, like I say, an interview style conversation with Dr. Silverman about redox signaling, what it is, what it plays such an important role into our body, but also what is on this blue bottle and why so many people don't know about it. Also, we're going to talk about two gel, the Renu 28 and Redox Gold. Many people know this product, but what important is to understand is that they are actually derived of the blue bottle. There's a technology in the blue bottle. And without that breakthrough, this gel simply will not exist. Now, for those who may be new to this community, to our presentation, there is actually a very simple way to share this incredible product. This product is changing life. It touched so many lives around the world. It's to share, show, and connect. Someone most likely did share the experience with you. Is why you are here today. And they show information or resources, like the little video I'm going to show you in a few minutes. And then they connect people to a conversation like the one you are today. To help make this easier to understand, I'm going now to show you a very short movie, okay? Few minutes. And I love this movie because it's a little cartoon. Nothing more simple than explain what this technology, it's actually what we had when we started this company in 2009, it was the first thing we had. And on the second part, we're going actually to have a chance to ask questions to Dr. Silverman. So during this presentation, this conversation, if you have questions, just place them, write them down under the chat. Doesn't matter, English, French, or Italian, we will find a way to share them with Dr. Silverman. So with that, in a few seconds, I'm going to share with you this little video.
The human body is an extraordinary creation, made up of between 50 and 100 trillion cells, each one performing just the right function in just the right place at just the right time. Your cells themselves are amazing. Each one is a bustling metropolis of activity, a city that never sleeps. Every second of every day, your cells work tirelessly to keep your body healthy and strong. One of the major functions of your cells is the production of fuel. This fuel, known as ATP, is actually created by workers inside the cell called mitochondria. Mitochondria are so vital and important that a single cell can have thousands of these little workers. In fact, it is estimated that half of the dry weight of the human body is made up of mitochondria. Mitochondria do more than supply the body with the fuel it needs. They also play a key role in cell signaling and communication, coordinating the actions and activities of your cells. When you think about it, this kind of signaling is essential for health and life, since it is the foundation for things like cell development, tissue repair, and immune functions. Without the ability to communicate and coordinate the activities of cells, we would fall apart pretty quickly. The mitochondria's role in this vital communication system lies in the fact that they make special molecules, called redox signaling molecules. The mitochondria make these molecules by the trillions, every second of every day. Good thing, too, because without these redox signaling molecules, life itself would be impossible. You need these molecules to protect the health of your cells, to detect threats and damage, and to repair or replace injured cells. Unfortunately, as we get older, our ability to make redox signaling molecules diminishes. Ever notice that bumps and bruises that disappear in no time on a child seem to last forever on someone who is elderly? The cells in that older person simply aren't communicating as efficiently as they did when they were younger, and so cells and tissues take longer to repair themselves. And all because the body isn't making as many redox signaling molecules as it used to. But what if there were a way to replenish your supply of these amazing little molecules? What if there were, in essence, a redox signaling supplement? How would your life change if you had a supply of redox signaling molecules like you did when you were younger? Such a product would be incredible. But how would you go about making it? Well, a good start would be to understand how the mitochondria in your trillions of cells make these vitally important molecules. Your cells are little bags of salt water. The mitochondria and other organelles inside the cell float around in this salt water. It's not surprising, then, that when the mitochondria need building blocks for creating redox signaling molecules, they use something they have plenty of: salt water. It works out pretty great because salt water is made up of just 4 atoms: the sodium and chloride atoms in salt and the hydrogen and oxygen atoms in water. The mitochondria pull apart these saltwater molecules, then recombine the atoms in different configurations. The new combinations are, guess what? Redox signaling molecules. Things happen so fast inside the cells that these redox signaling molecules are manufactured in just fractions of seconds. And they get used quickly too. And if the cells don't need the redox signaling molecules right away, the atoms convert back into salt water, ready to be used again and again by the mitochondria. It's a very efficient system. So to make a redox signaling supplement outside of living cells, it makes sense to start with the same building blocks: salt and water. That's just what a company called ASEA does. We begin with a pure, pristine saline solution. Then, using a highly protected and patented electrochemical process, we break apart the bonds that hold the sodium, chloride, hydrogen, and oxygen atoms together. These free-floating atoms are then recombined in new configurations, and voila! Redox signaling molecules. Of course, the process sounds a lot easier than it really is. Your mitochondria make redox signaling molecules in fractions of seconds. ASEA takes 3 full days to make the same molecules. But the real triumph for ASEA came in overcoming the issue of stability. Remember that redox signaling molecules made in the cell get used right away or else turn back into salt water? That's because redox signaling molecules are very reactive. They want to get busy and start working right now. This reactive nature makes it difficult to keep these molecules around for long. They want to get used or they'll revert back into salt water. Fortunately, after countless hours of research and experimentation, the scientists at ASEA reached a breakthrough. They discovered a process for pairing these highly reactive molecules into balanced sets, stabilizing redox signaling molecules outside of living cells. Amazing! Every other health and wellness product, vitamins, exotic juices, everything, tries to help the body by giving it something foreign, something the body has to try to figure out how to use. Not so with ASEA. The molecules in ASEA are native to the body. See, your body already knows how to take care of itself. Your cells actually make the tools they need, and for the first time in history, you can replenish and reinforce those tools. You can, in fact, give your body more of the native molecules it needs to take care of its own health. ASEA is more than a mere supplement. It is a foundational approach to health and wellness, a fundamental shift in how we take care of ourselves.
Quick introduction of what this technology is and how it can be beneficial. Just a little reminder before we go any further for you, it's to let you know that our Zoom today is really for education. The product ASEA Redox and the gel are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. The goal is simply to help people better understand how the body works and how supporting cellular communication may support your overall health. So we just saw this little video, a simple review of what redox signaling is and why it matters. And now I have the pleasure to welcome Dr. Silverman. Dr. Silverman, good afternoon. Are you with us, Dr. Silverman? I lost Dr. Silverman.
No, I'm here. I have you spotlighted. I don't know. Do you see yourself?
You are pinned also. I don't understand why I cannot find you. Remove spotlight. Okay. I put you on co-host. Voilà, I pin. Hello, Dr. Silverman.
How are you, Sylvie?
I'm very good. Thank you very much. I'm so glad we were able to get you today I know you were supposed to fly to Asia and the plan little changed. So I'm so grateful you are here with us today. Dr. Silverman, before we dive into the science, and we're not going to dive too much into it because it's not the purpose to be scientific, but really to have a language that everybody can understand, because this technology is so amazing and have so many implications. Can you tell us about your background, your work as a physician, and how you first come across something as unconventional as redox signaling technology?
Sure, happy to. Sylvie, but when I'm watching the screen here, when I look at this and I put speaker, you're the only one that's a speaker. And if I put it on gallery, I see everybody. Do you want to spotlight us both or pin us both?
You are pinned. You are pinned. I pin you.
I don't see it.
I'm going to remove me.
I don't know. No, I thought it would be good for both of us, but I'm not seeing it on my side. I'm seeing everybody. But anyway, I was supposed to be going to Asia for 3.5 weeks, but because of the developments in the Middle East, I'm going to postpone it. So if anybody, I doubt anybody is here from Southeast Asia right now. It's the middle of the night, but I will, as Douglas MacArthur said, I shall return. I was supposed to be in Manila at first. So my professional training is, as a doctor, is foot surgery, podiatry, and foot surgery. And I owned my own practice and my own surgery center in Maryland, state of Maryland, outside of Washington, D.C. And I love what I did. I was board certified in foot surgery and podiatric orthopedics, and loved what I did, but I love this a lot more. 15 years ago, I was blessed by a friend bringing me this. I did not understand what it was. I thought it was just salt and water. I did not understand. But the reason I took the time to look into it as seriously as it should be looked into is because it is a breakthrough for humanity, health-wise, was my father's health. My father was ill. He was told he had an issue with his prostate that no one wants to hear they have in their prostate or their breast or their lung. So that's the reason I took the time to look into it very seriously. Um, and I'm very glad that I did. My dad, I was back in 2000, December of 2010, and my dad just passed in 2023. So very grateful.
Ah, so now you tell us. So what did you think? Because lots of people are skeptical. Okay, we just hear on the little video, it's made of salt and water. And a lot of people look on the internet and say, oh, it's an expensive salt and water. Everybody can do it. In the video, we talk a little bit, but I'm sure as a physician, your first idea, well, if it was that good, I will know about it. I mean, that was what, 14, 15 years ago. I should know about it. Everything has been done with salt and water, a saline solution. So how did you came around to say, I want to put my reputation on the line with this product?
It was seeing results. Results happen with the product. Still not getting this right on my screen. It was results with the product. I investigated it carefully and saw that it was as safe as water. It's not a pharmaceutical. It's not a drug. Every single pharmaceutical, if you take too much of it, you will get sick. And if you take too much more of any pharmaceutical, you will die. Every pharmaceutical will kill a person if they take too much. This is not a pharmaceutical. It's really safer than food is. You can eat as many oranges as you want, or bananas, or pizza. It's not going to kill you, maybe over many years, but I can eat until my stomach is full of food and I won't die, right? But if you give the wrong food to the wrong person, you could kill them. If someone's allergic to peanuts or shellfish, you could kill somebody with the food. This is safer than food because, as it said in the video, this is already in all of us. Our cells make this, and it does not interfere with medications. So back to your question, why would I put my reputation on the line and get involved in this community, bringing this to the world? It was seeing results. I like for people to see results and then investigate it online to try to understand why it worked instead of investigating it online to try to determine if it will work. It's so easy to prove to people it works through results. Back in 2011, we did not have this gel. This one works for wrinkles, it works for cellulite, it works for a lot of things that people don't like to have that take medications for, things that itch, pimples. We did not have this. The company did not have this in 2011. I started looking in 2010, but got my father on it in 2011. The company didn't have this until 2025. This gives people results instantly. I just did a meeting with a beautiful physician assistant. Her name is Pooja. We did a meeting at a med spa 3 hours ago. Both of the owners had something that hurt them. And both of them, within minutes, said to me, how did it work so fast? What I don't understand. I thought it was just salt water. There's a lot of science in here, a lot. So back then, I saw effects on my father. And I'm a skeptical person. So I thought maybe it was a coincidence. But then I did not want to get involved with marketing it then because I didn't believe yet. So I referred people I knew, friends that had health conditions, to my friend Debbie, who was a brand partner for the company, a distributor. And throughout the first half of 2011, all of these people kept coming back to me saying, "Thank you, David, thank you. This really worked." It helped me with all kinds of issues like skin issues, joint issues, breathing issues, wrinkles, just by drinking it. And back then, we would spray it on our skin, like just put this in there and spray it. Once I knew it was not a placebo, I needed to know that it was not in a person's head. It was not a placebo. I had to know that to believe, to put my reputation on the line. And so a friend of mine who was a doctor was drinking it for a month for his joint problems. And in 1 month, he called me and said he doesn't hurt anymore. And I said, "Well, Dan, I might want to look at getting involved with bringing this to the world. There's a business opportunity here. And the business opportunity is making people aware of this. And the company pays you very well to do that." But I said, "Dan, I have to know it's not a placebo." I said, "Call me in a month or two and see if your joints still feel better. Because if it's a placebo, it won't last." And he called me 1 week later and he said, "It's not a placebo. It's not in my head." I said, "Well, how do you know that? It's only been a week more." He said, "Because something else happened. He had skin lesions in his armpits for years, decades. And he said he hadn't noticed over the 4 weeks that they were gone or almost all gone. But he was putting on deodorant, antiperspirant, and he noticed that they were almost all gone." That's when I knew it was not a placebo. That's when I got on an airplane and I flew out to Utah to see how they make it and meet the people who started this company who refused to sell the technology to a pharmaceutical company. And that's how I built my belief. And since then, it's been 15 years and I've seen things happen that just don't surprise me anymore. But the first thing people can do now to believe very quickly is to take the gel, which is made from the liquid, both of them, and go see 10 people they know who have something in their body that hurts them: their neck, their shoulder, their back, their knee, menstrual cramp, anything that hurts them. And go see 10 people and do a 10-minute test. Sometimes it takes 1 minute, but commit to 10 minutes. Have this form: 10 people, and they use these gels the right way. 9 out of 10 people, watch the face on 9 out of 10 people within 10 minutes say to you, "How did it do that? I don't understand. I thought it was just salt and water." It's not salt and water. It's reductants and oxidants identical to what's in our bodies that's made from saline, salt, and water. And I know you'll ask me more questions, so I'll stop talking as to what it is.
So yeah, actually, I was going back a little bit into the liquid because it's the foundation, the liquid. Without the liquid, we will not have those two gel. I don't want we go too deep into the science, but can you explain a little bit? So those molecules are in our body. We are producing those molecules. Like you say, it's pretty much the same thing when we go to the hospital, the same basic solution that you're going to put like in the perfusion, like when you are in the hospital, saline solution, but it's not anymore a saline solution. Can you explain what happened in the body? Because our body float into a saline solution and our cell are using this solution to produce all this. What's happening in this communication? I love when you use your hand to explain that and why we need it. Because if the body does it, why do I need it? I feel in perfect health.
So our cells make these redox signaling molecules in our mitochondria. And when we're young, we produce a lot. So I'm 65 years old. I will be 66 this year. When I was a child, I produced a lot. And I could fall down and get up and the next day go to school, no problem, right? At puberty, we all start producing less of this, less. So less in our 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. I'm 65. My cells are making this much of this, whether I drink it or not. Next year, I make this much. When I'm 80, I make this much. When I'm 90, I make this much. This is happening to every one of us and our pets, my dog too, right? They found a way to make it outside of the body, identical to what's in us. So when we drink this, I'm raising my levels up to what they were when I was younger. Now, this product is as safe as water, as I said. In fact, you can put it in a mister. You can see I can put it in my eye. I can breathe it into my lungs. This is how safe it is, okay? What does it do? Why do people see such a wide range of improvement in things? What is it doing? It does not heal you, redox molecules. They do not cure you. What they do is amplify and clarify signaling. It's what they do. Your body's healing systems need to hear when you have a broken bone. The bone cells are broken. The immune system has to hear that it's there. So the immune system can go down and destroy that bad cell. It's called apoptosis. It dissolves the cell and the debris, there's a good French word, debris gets carried away in the lymph system and eventually urinated out. Okay? So then what happens? You had a good cell, you had an injury, the immune system got rid of it, then what? Stem cells get signaled to make a new cell. Now, everybody is scared of cancer. Everybody, nobody wants to get cancer. Cancer starts with one cell that mutates and becomes a tumor and multiplies. We all have cells mutating. All of us. We're made up of 70 to 100 trillion cells. There are always cells dying and being replaced. There's always cells mutating that get stopped before they become cancer. But you see more cancer as you get older. every decade of life, more cancer, more arthritis, more dementia, more glaucoma, more diabetes. It's because our cells are not, our bad cells are not being replaced with good ones, right? Well, signaling is important. The immune system has to get a signal that there's a bad cell in my prostate. The signal is sent by the good cells that detect the problem. And basically, they're saying, help, help. And the immune system cell comes down, gets rid of the cell. Stem cells get signaled, help, help, new cell. What redox molecules do is amplify and clarify signaling. Does not work like a pharmaceutical at all. Does not work like a nutritional at all. That's why this is such a breakthrough. And no one has to believe it's going to help. It's as safe as water, and it comes with a money-back guarantee. And if anybody wants to have an instant response, they take the gel version, put it on a few people they love that have something that hurts them. Most people have something that hurts them, not everyone, but they watch 9 out of 10 people say, how do I get this? Why didn't my doctor tell me about this? And quite frankly, a lot of people see that happen. And if they're entrepreneurial or opportunistic, they realize none of these people knew this existed, but 9 of them wanted to buy it. There must be an opportunity here. And there is an opportunity for people who want to help other people and make money.
Yeah, I mean, this technology is so incredible. I play pickleball, I do a lot of sport, and the Redox Gold is I always have it on myself because I hurt myself all the time. Yeah, the Redox Gold. And applying it not help me, but I see all those people with product like in the US BioFreeze, you cannot apply it too often because the level of, there is a medication in it actually. They say 3 times on small surface. This product, I can apply it every half hour if I want. It's completely safe and I love it. Now, for people who are looking or taking the liquid, what is suggested? Because we know that the result, it's not something you take, it's magical in a certain way, but it's not that magical. You have to let the body do the magic. So usually how long can you expect to see to feel something? I mean, usually people start to feel better mood, better sleep, mental clarity, sensation of feeling more center. For me, it was within 3 weeks I felt like that. But what do we suggest? What is usually what we suggest people to do when taking the liquid?
Well, with the gel, as I said, let me tell you how to do that. You go see 10 people, ask them at what level the hurting level is on a scale of 1 to 10. So if someone says, like we were just with an owner of a clinic, and she turned her neck and she said, it's a 6 to right there. That's as far as she could go, right to there. So, and her back was a 4. So I said, do this. Put this on once. She put it on there. She put it on her back. And I said, if you're not down to a 0 in about 3 or 4 minutes, she goes, a 0? I go, well, if you're not, you're going to do it again on your neck and your back. And the second time, take some on the hand and put it on the front of the throat. There are 2 nerves here called the vagus nerve. 3 or 4 minutes later, if you're not down to a 0 with no hurting at all, then you do it with this one, meaning put it there and on the vagus. So when you do that, watch what happens to 9 out of 10, maybe 10 out of 10, maybe 20 out of 20. It is remarkable. Not everyone is going to go to a 0, but 9 out of 10 people are going to tell you something dramatic happened. That's a fact. Okay. That's this. This, instead of baselining just the level of hurting before they start drinking, they baseline and assess everything. If they have ringing in their ear, how bad is it? If they have floaters in their eyes, how bad is it? If they have blood sugar problems, what's the blood sugar in the morning? If they have skin conditions, take pictures of your skin. If they have very low mood and they're sad all the time, even if they're taking medications or not, how bad is that? What is their sleep like? Do they sleep well? Numbness in their hands or their feet, everything before they start. And then they reassess after 7 days, 30 days, and 90 days. If they follow the instructions I'm about to tell them, then they can expect after 7 days, 15% of people see something dramatic. After 30 days, and that's the money back guarantee, about 60% see something dramatic. At 90 days, 90% of people see something dramatic. And the best way to take it is first, drink a lot of water during the day because you're going to detox. Your body is going to get rid of a lot of toxins. And if someone is toxic with a lot of toxins in their body and they don't know it, but if they drink the ASEA and it tastes really bad, that means they're toxic. And over about 2 weeks to 2 months, it'll just start tasting like water because their body is getting rid of toxins. So drink a lot of water, okay? Especially the first 2 weeks to urinate out the toxins. You pour the liquid in the cup. It's a 2-ounce cup, 60 milliliters, 2 ounces, 60 milliliters. So you pour it in the cup. Here's one without on there, right? But you pour it in the cup. And the first week, you do one in the morning and one at night, the first 7 days. And you hold it in your mouth for 15 to 30 seconds, I guess. Because it gets into your bloodstream through diffusion and absorption through your mouth, your tongue, your esophagus. So the first week, you do one in the morning and one at night. And then you take your form where you wrote everything down 7 days before and see if you see anything dramatic change. If you have not, that's when you temporarily double it. So now you're doing 2 in the morning and 2 at night. That's 8 ounces a day or 240 milliliters. And you stay at that amount until you see something significant happen. If you do that by 30 days, 1 month, 60% of people see something dramatic. By 90 days, 90% do. And once you see something dramatic happen, to save a little bit of money, try to decrease it to 6 ounces a day or 180 ml. That's 3 of these a day. Most people, through studies, 6 ounces a day, 180 ml is the right number. I drink 8 ounces a day. I drink 240 ml. I was about to go to Asia for 3.5 weeks. I could not afford to get sick. Speaking all over Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore. So tomorrow, 1 week before, I was supposed to leave on the 14th. On the 7th, I was going to start drinking a whole bottle every day. Every day. I have a family member who has been told they have stage 4, something very bad in their colon, liver, and lung. And he has been drinking a whole bottle of this, 32 ounces every day since May, every single day. And my point in telling you that is you drink as much as you need, right? I feel I need 8 because remember, when I was 15, I made this much. When I was 30, I made this much. When I'm 65, I'm making this much. So the older you are, the less you're making. So some people need 8, some people need 10. Most people need 6 ounces a day. That's the best way to take the product and prove to yourself that it's real.
Yeah, this technology, you have to try it. I was skeptical and I really didn't want this product to work, to be honest with you, because I knew me. I was going to talk about, and I was really not interested by this part of, the business or the type of entrepreneurial aspect. But when something make an impact in your life, pretty much it's difficult not to keep your mouth shut. And if you are here just to discover, first, I want, Doctor, thank you so much for taking the time to share your experience, how to use the product. We're going to go to the second part in a few seconds. But for everyone who joined us today, if you're just discovering this product, or maybe you're using it already, there is very simple way, like I say, to discover what this technology can do for you, someone you care for. First, you can become just a customer, try the product. Usually I will say, you want to know if it's real, order a tube of Renu 28 and Redox Gold and experiment. Now, if you see that you want to use the liquid, which for me, it's really the foundation, become a client with the subscription and you will have a discount. And if most of us, after having this experience, for me, it's going to be 12 years, just become a brand partner. It's pretty simple. You just have to pretty much share your story, show a little video like we show you, and connect them to come to one of those video presentation with us. And let us help you to share this technology. I want to thank Dr. Silverman, and I'm going to stop the recording and we're going to go to the question.